Hello, sunshine. Welcome to Be Visible with Veronica, the podcast where bold conversations and soul-aligned strategy help you awaken your most powerful self. I'm your host, Veronica Bond. Get ready to stop dimming your light, own your magic, and finally be so visible you can't be ignored. Let's get visible. Sunshines, welcome to the Be Visible with Veronica podcast. I'm your host, Veronica Bond. Last week's episode with Amber Golden was just that golden, so I suggest you go back and take a listen. But first, a word from our sponsor. A heartfelt thank you to our premier sponsor, Green Living Magazine, Arizona's leading conscious lifestyle publication. Each issue is packed with new ideas on how to use nature's resources for sustainable living tips, inspiring stories, and statewide eco events. Subscribe today and get 12 print issues and digital access at greenlivingmag.com/store. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be bringing you today a sought-after makeup artist here in Arizona, but also throughout the United States, Miss Tamara Bickley. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Veronica. It's an honor to be here.
I just want to talk about how we met because I love coincidences and serendipitous moments. And we had met during a photo shoot for the Six Figure Chick anthology book a couple weeks ago. And we instantly had this love connection. I mean, the way our eyes met, our smiles, the way we shared about our families, our marriages, like quick few minutes. But it was magnetic. And then an opportunity came up for you to come and support the podcast with makeup and helping all of our amazing guests look camera ready and fabulous. And then we got to know each other a little bit better. And I learned some really juicy things about you.
Oh, juicy. That sounds juicy.
Yes. And how long you've been in the Valley. You moved here in 98.
Yes.
And your entrepreneurial journey began then as a makeup artist that is sought after, not just from brides and photo shoots, but from celebrities alike.
Yes. Yes, I came here from Chicago in 1998. I was a journalist in Chicago. I continued my journalism career out here in Arizona for a while, and then when my last child was born, I said to my husband, I'm done with journalism. It had really evolved, and the internet was becoming more and more powerful, and I was very old school and wasn't trained in that way. And instead of changing with it, I just decided to go with another passion of mine, which was makeup.
And I love that you shared in your bio that you knew you loved makeup the first time you put black eyeliner on when you weren't supposed to be wearing any makeup.
That's right.
And how many of you young ladies and all ladies listening to this have at one time or another, when you were told no when you were little, you went and found a way to do it anyway?
Absolutely.
That's the entrepreneurial story.
Back in the good old 80s in middle school when I wasn't allowed to, I would sneak it on in the morning, wash it off before I came home, and I thought, I just want to do this. And my friends would have me do it on them back then, and I just thought, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
And I loved what you shared about it wasn't that you felt more beautiful with makeup, because we want to make sure we're honoring the beauty in our own skin and loving that space of who we are when we look in the mirror and that reflection that we get back. Makeup just enhances, and I love that you focus on that, the enhancement of what's already there for those special moments or those day-to-day moments. Tell us how that journey actually took you into makeup artistry, and like I said, now you're sought after from people all over the United States, and I don't know, global.
That's
maybe.
Wonderful. Yes, I have done makeup in other countries. It's been wonderful. Yes, makeup too has evolved, and it's seen as a tool to enhance us on the outside, but it so much enhances us on the inside. And I see that firsthand every time I do makeup on somebody, thankfully.
Well, share with everybody your website, and we usually do that at the end, but your before and afters.
I love doing the before and afters. It's TamaraMakeupArt.com, so that's all together. I'm also on Instagram at Tamara_makeup, and I put a lot of my before and afters on Instagram. I like to do the before and afters. It's powerful for people to see where you're starting and where you end up with makeup. And sometimes when the hair artists are with me too, we do the hair. And so it's the hair and makeup. It's just a full makeover. And when you see somebody already made up, you don't really know where they started. And I love people to see that. And not because women are starting in a bad place and, oh my gosh, look what you did for this person. Not for that reason, but we can be different people when we have our makeup on. I act completely different when I have my makeup on than when I don't. I'm a totally different person. And you can just wear a little bit and still get that effect. So it's nice to see the change. And also, I notice a change coming from the inside out with these women. You know, they're sitting there, a lot of times they're unhappy with aspects of their faces or their skin, and what
that
we
blemish
can do,
that breaks out right before the big
that is
day,
really not a big deal to
or
me.
the big stage presence, and you can go in and fix that, but you do more. I mean, I wish we would have taken a before for me to be able to put. We're gonna have to do that.
You're beautiful, though. I've seen you before. It wouldn't be that big of a difference.
Well, thank you. But I look at the mirror and my confidence changes, and I watch us on the set, and I feel more empowered in the conversation.
Yeah,
I don't know why that is, but it feels like this really lovely transformation that no matter how hard I try at home, I can't create the same illusions, the same effects with the colors. It's just, it is an artistry.
Yeah, and that's where makeup artists are wonderful, because we know lighting, we know situations, we know what works well in certain circumstances and what products work better than others. And we are there to make you look your absolute best. And we can also give you advice on how to look your best day to day, which I do for people too. But
so this business of makeup artistry started with a passion and a love for makeup as a young girl. Then you went on the journalism journey, and you were in Chicago doing that. Then you come to Phoenix, and your kids are getting older, and you now, not only are you getting into makeup, but you start your own business.
I did.
You create this brand awareness about yourself. You become well known. People seek you out. And now that transitions into this next entrepreneurial journey, which seems like a no-brainer, but not easy to do. And you create your own makeup line.
Yes.
And that's what we have here for those who are listening. Check us out on YouTube, and you can see what we're talking about.
Products here.
Yeah, we got the products.
And I have hundreds and hundreds of products, and that all, it seemed to go very quickly for me. I woke up one morning and became a makeup artist. I got my LLC in one day, and I just bought what I needed. I did a lot of research. I got proper training for it that I needed at the time, and I jumped right in. And I just put myself out there because I didn't want to waste any time. Why? I didn't want to take years to figure this out. I was already halfway through my life by the time I decided to do this. And so I jumped right into that. And as I went along, I develop relationships with my clients, because you're in front of their face for an hour applying makeup. You talk, you get to know them very well, which is such a wonderful part of my career. I love getting to know women on a deeper level, because I don't just slap makeup on and I'm not silent. I'm a talker, and I love to talk to people, and it makes them feel at ease. Yeah.
And people who sit also that are entrepreneurs, and it's not a special wedding day or the anniversary day or the big dance or something coming up, big prom or anything like that. You work with business women as well.
Absolutely.
And so you're also facilitating conversations that make connections.
Yes. Oh, and I have made incredible friendships and connections through my job. So some people say they don't go to work to make friends. I've made a lot of friends with my work, and I am so blessed that way. So in doing that, I realized, I'd have women asking me a lot of questions. What kind of foundation should I wear? What should I do for my eyes? And they look in the mirror. Oh, what did you do here? What did you do here? And I thought, you know what? I need to teach these women how to do their own makeup, because
you're not in front of them
24/7 all the time, and they need this and they want this, and this would be a great service. So I started to give private and group makeup lessons.
Oh.
And when doing that, I get even more questions on what
Right.
products to do and what foundation to wear. And that's when I decided, instead of sending them to some big store, I'm not with them, I can't see if they're getting the correct products.
Or the right
Why
color.
not the right color. There's a lot of ingredients out there that don't suit people well. Fillers and things in certain cosmetics that people don't react well to.
So you found a way to take all the not so good for you things, the sulfates, the vegan. You created a vegan friendly line. Let's see, I read parabens, all the
Talc,
things,
a lot of things.
And you found a way to create a beautiful makeup line. And you also customize colors for your clients as well.
I do. So that's how I started. I started initially with just foundation. So I didn't have any other products. And I would meet with clients for like 30, 40 minutes and talk to them about their skin, their skin care, what they want in a foundation, what their lifestyle is, how they're actually going to apply it. Are they actually going to wear it? Are they in front of the camera? Do they have speaking engagements? Do they, are they outside a lot? Do they need sunscreen in there?
Because those are all
these
different
things.
kinds of formulas that you would use.
And I have a unique formula for each person, and I create it right in front of the person. It is chemical free, so it's safe. It's good for people with sensitivities and allergies, and I match it exactly to your skin.
Wow.
You don't have to go buy 2-3 foundations at a store and mix them together and figure it out. I am here for you as your personal makeup artist, go-to person. So if you go to Tahiti and you come back 3 shades darker, I can make a different formula for you.
How do you do that with people you can't see face to face? Is it a little more challenging?
Yes and no. I do a lot of Zoom appointments. I have clients all over the country, some out of the country.
Wow.
Some in Canada. I've got one in England. They're everywhere.
Okay.
And we do it on Zoom. I am proud to say that every time I've mixed up the foundation,
You've nailed it.
Nailed it. No one sent it back. They're
I love
happy.
it. You got this, girl. I love it.
Yeah. So, it's a great question. I prefer to see people in person. I want to see their skin up close. And then when I make the foundation, I add plant-based botanicals to them depending on what their skin is like. So if you have very oily skin, or if you have dry, flaky skin, or you're aging, I have a lot of anti-aging products.
That you actually create in the foundation.
They go right into the foundation. Wow. So the foundation acts like a skincare. It is so non-toxic and has so much skincare in it, you can actually wear it to bed.
I love that.
Without waking up with blemishes.
Here you are. How many years into this journey now?
So I started my makeup artistry in 2011, but I started my makeup brand in 2013.
And
so like 12
I'm
years
guessing
I've been doing
it's
this.
Going well for you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have 1,000 clients who buy foundation from me, and I keep your formula. So all you have to do is text me, hey, and I have people text me all day, I'm out of foundation.
Wow. So what would you say to an entrepreneur who's interested in skincare or in beauty, or what would you say to them getting started? I will say that the one thing I did pick up on that seems to be a theme over these 15 podcasts that we've now, 14, I guess, now that we're in too, is that you stepped right in.
Yeah.
Like you didn't wait. You didn't take action. You shared with your family what you wanted to do, and then you went and figured out how to, and then you did it quickly.
Yeah.
You didn't take years to figure it out. And I'm guessing paid for speed. And I've done that. I looked at when I hired my second business coach, and it was an investment, but it was an investment in my future. It was an investment in my legacy. It was an investment in me and my belief. And I knew I was going to pay for that knowledge in one way or the other, in time, or I could pay for it in money and get in front of the right person who was going to help me leap 10x where I wanted to go. And I think that's a huge conversation to have with people who are becoming entrepreneurs, especially women who can really believe in themselves and say yes quickly. And And when you say yes, did you find that a lot of the gates all of a sudden came down? Like there were, you said it was easy. Like things flowed for you.
Well,
I mean, I know, share the rest of that story. I'm not gonna interrupt you.
Mistakes were made along the way, but nothing detrimental that harmed my business, just that changed how I run my business. So I said yes to everything back then. Everybody who wanted makeup done, I said yes to. Every modeling shoot, every bridezilla, and I've had thousands of amazing brides. I've only had, you can count at one hand, maybe some not so great brides, but I said yes to everything because I wanted to get out there and make the connections and get the work. And then you learn throughout the way that you should not say yes to everybody. You get the red flags, you start to recognize them. So those kinds of things. I'm not blessed with my technology skills. That was difficult, and I had to hire people to do that and that got expensive, but worth it.
Right, because you then could scale and focus on what you knew to say yes to.
Right. And I made some mistakes with that, with hiring people who said, oh, I know how to do this and that. And then, after you do it, you wasted time on that. So, but I'm happy for those mistakes. I like having had those because now I know better. And it would be impossible to start a business that you've in a field you've never worked in before and not do things you regret or make mistakes. I don't really regret them, but not have some snafus along the way. That's impossible.
That's how you grow. That's how you learn. It's how you learn discernment. In who you're working with, who you're not working with. Oh, I did that, and that was costly. So let's not do that again. And what SOPs, standard operating procedures, what things do I have to put into place to make sure that doesn't happen again as your business is growing and you're scaling across the United States and outside the United States? Because I'm guessing your skincare line could really grow from here. So what are you going to do when you are getting so many orders you can't formulate them specifically for yourself? Do you have an idea of what that next phase might look like for you?
So that's an interesting question. So that's what sort of happened and how I began to bring in more products to my line. My line is called Tami B Custom Makeup. Tami is my nickname. So I just couldn't think of anything else at the time.
Tami with an I.
With an I, T-A-M-I, yep, on the label. So I did the foundations and I was selling foundation and it was really taking off. And then I had people coming to me saying, well, do you have powder? Do you have blush? Do you have lipstick? And so I started to offer those things and my line just grew and grew. And that's been great. And then eventually I realized, you know what else? Wonderful skincare is conducive to wonderful makeup. A lot of women aren't using the best skincare, I've noticed. They're talking to them and doing their makeup and asking questions. I should offer some great skincare to them. And so I recently launched skincare products and incorporated that into my line. Now, as far as the growth goes, I'm a very one-on-one custom makeup artist when it comes to this stuff. I don't ever perceive myself as being like Bobby Brown and being global. It's not something I need in my life. I love to have these personal connections with my clients. I love to know exactly what Veronica is using out of my line. What cleanser, what moisturizer, what the color your foundation is, what lipstick you like out of my line. That is important to me. I will lose that personal touch if I go big. And this is why I don't sell my products on a mass website. They have to have communication with me directly to get my stuff. And some people might see that as not a very good business move.
Or what's your moonshot? Like, how are you going to ever hit your moonshot if you're not thinking scale or sell my company? So this is a really interesting conversation because we live in a culture that says grow, get bigger, go up the ladder again, scale. The only way you're going to scale is if you put the systems in place and the formulations, and then you have to have somebody. And we've talked on this podcast about having a personal touch, also, we talked about it, especially on my dad's episode right before Father's Day, about what you say yes to, what brings you value. And success isn't always in the dollars, yet the dollars help you become more of who you already are, help you give more, help you do other things in your life. That I know you have a huge philanthropic heart, and you're very charity driven, how you want to support and help people. And you have your three, you have a teenager still, and then you have two. So you're not quite an empty nester.
No.
Yet. No. But are you open if somebody came along or showed you a way to say, hey, have you thought about this to grow or to scale, or are you thinking you'll always be that, you always want to have that personal touch with your business? This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah. So my business has grown. I mean, it's grown exponentially in how many clients I have and how sought after I am for makeup. So to me, that's growth.
Sure.
And I do make more money then.
Of course.
If someone the issue is that I am so right-brained artist and not. I mean, I'm a businesswoman, and I've said this before, I'm a businesswoman. But my husband laughs at me because I hate the business side of this job. And I have to do it.
Many entrepreneurs do.
Yeah.
Women especially, they come from their heart.
I know.
They don't want to be, I am not in my left brain. I don't want to be talking numbers and tech. And my favorite conversation right now with a client, when they ask me something, oh, that's outside my pay grade. Like, I got to go to my tech team. Even if it's just one person, it can be a tech team, because I'm not having to think about that too. So I'm with you. I understand the excitement to scale beyond where you are. And then you are experiencing growth, and you are experiencing these thousands of clients that you're reaching. But oh my gosh, what if you could double that?
Yeah. On the outside, it looks fabulous, and I would want to say yes. But then I think about what I do and how I operate my business. When I'm making custom foundation for people and I'm sitting in front of them and making it, how is that person who lives in another state just going to go on a website and buy it? Now it's not custom because I'm not meeting them.
No.
And then if a woman buys a blush color and she gets it and it's not ideal on her, she's wanting to return it, and I have to deal with that.
And that's not branding, that's not on brand for you, and that's not on value for you.
Right. So when I can talk to people and say, I think this color would be the best because of your skin, and we try it on, and the woman looks in the mirror and she loves it, she loves it. This is going to be her color. They trust me as an artist with an artist's eye to make those decisions for them when they don't feel like they're great at makeup and can't do it.
And I want to go back to that, because if we went back to the artists of the century, right? The Rembrandts, the Renoirs, the Van Gogh, they weren't multiplying one painting. It didn't. I mean, Starry Nights is in my house, but Van Gogh did not paint that. It is not real. It is a rendition.
I think I have one of those too.
But that goes back to the word artistry. And I love so much that you know your lane. You understand that every face is a canvas for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
And every face I look at, I see the beauty immediately. I say women, but I do makeup on plenty of men, and I create makeup for men too. So my line is not just for women. I have men's skincare, and I make makeup for men who do speaking and are on camera. So I do have male clients as well, but the majority obviously are women. When I sit down, when a woman sits down in front of me in my makeup chair, I always see physical beauty. I mean, I'm going to see the physical beauty before the inner beauty because I haven't met her yet.
Right.
I see the physical beauty. I see things, and I'll compliment every woman, and it's genuine. And she'll say, wow, no one's ever said that to me before.
Wow.
And I'll say, really? Because I notice every detail of the face. And it may seem shallow, but who doesn't want to hear something great?
No.
Like, oh, you have the most exquisite eyes. Oh, wow, no one's ever said that. How has no one said that to you?
It just makes them more visible. And you know what? Visibility is not vanity. It is all about impact and how you're bringing that confidence to the person that is the canvas in front of you. And I love that for you. And I love this conversation, because the entrepreneurial journey has to come from the passion in your heart. It has to come from a service mind. It has to come from, I want to be in your world even more. And I bet you have repeat clients that are makeup clients. I know I am one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love my repeat clients, and they have a special place in my heart. But I can meet someone on the fly I've never met and do their makeup. I don't need a picture beforehand. I ask a lot of questions along the way, get their comfort level and what they like and what they don't like. I'm not just slapping makeup on a face. Yeah, it's interactive for sure. Because it's your face.
Beautiful. Well, and so many people in their, what I think is a miss for most entrepreneurs is they don't create a value system, and they don't create a foundational pillars for their business to know where they're at and stay in the lane they love. Mm-hmm. And I think that is a beautiful testimonial to all entrepreneurs out there. Be in your lane, do what you love, stay true to your values, and the rest just flows. And you said that at the very beginning. It just began to flow. Mm-hmm. I love that for you. Well, if people want to reach out to you and get a hold of you, we will be dropping it in the show notes, but how do they do that?
They can reach me. My website has a contact area.
Okay.
They can go on Instagram and drop me a message. I'm on Facebook.
And can you remind everybody what the Instagram handle is
again? It's Tamara, so it's TAMARA_makeup.
Love that.
And you can Google me, Tamara Bickley. I'm all over there.
You are.
I don't hold back when it's the internet, right?
No, hey,
Lots of pictures.
Be our own hype person.
Right.
I love that. And I love that for you if you're listening or viewing this podcast today. And I want to thank you. I give all of our guests a gift. This is my little Hello Sunshine box.
Oh, how sweet.
It's a box of hugs for you.
Thank you so much. That's very kind.
You are so welcome. I hope you find some goodies in there to use and play with.
Anything in a box that's pretty, I'll find goodies in.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your wisdom and your artistry and your love for your business. I hope that you join us next week. We have a surprise guest coming. I am not going to reveal it today. I'm so excited for the way the podcast is running. And if you notice something, if you've been paying attention on YouTube, I've changed seats, and so I'm trying to figure out what direction I want to go moving forward. So if you want to vote on this number 14, go to YouTube and take a look and see which one you like best. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next week. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to Be Visible with Veronica. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it, tag me, and pass it on. Your presence has power, and the world is better when you let it be seen. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and keep showing up as the unstoppable force you were born to be. I'll see you next time.